So in this video, we'll be learning how to create actionable in-app notifications in our Bubble app. So here I have a sample project management Bubble app. So today's goal is so whenever someone comments on the task inside a project, whoever is the owner of that project or the task should get that notification, and also the person should be able to reply to the comment from the notification itself. So let's go ahead and install the Engagespot plugin. So go to plugins. I've already installed the Engagespot plugin here. So after installing the plugin, you have to configure the API key and API secret, which you can find on your Engagespot console here. If you go to API credentials, you can see your API key and API secret. So just copy paste it in the plugin configuration page here. You don't have to use the optional base URL and the sign-in key fields. Just leave that empty for now. Now let's add the bell icon to our design. So for that, just go to the design and then go to header. So here we'll be adding the bell icon. So for that, just search for the Engagespot bell icon, Engagespot notification inbox component here. So just drag it and drop it wherever you want the bell icon to appear. So that's here. So now let's go back to the preview, and so yep, it's working. Let's go to our console and send a notification manually. So it's working. So before sending a notification, make sure that your privacy settings of the user data type are correct. So just go to data, go to user, then scroll down to see if the email property is accessible for everyone. I mean, whether the plugin has the ability to access the email property of the user, because Engagespot needs your email property to register the user with Engagespot. Otherwise, they won't be able to receive the notifications. Alright, so once you make sure that the email property is visible, just go back to Engagespot console, and if you go to the user section here, you can see that the users from your Bubble app gets registered here. So if you can't see the user here, then that means the integration has some problems, and yeah, probably it has to do something with the permissions. So you have to fix that. So once you made sure that the users are appearing on the user list, you're good to go ahead and send a notification. So let's go and send a manual notification. This is a manual notification. Click on send. Yep, now you can see that the notification has arrived. So that's working. Now let's trigger a notification when someone comments. So for that, we have to find the workflow when button comment is clicked. Okay, click here to add an action. Plugins, Engagespot send notification. Okay, let's try with a static message like you have a new comment. Right, and the recipient should be whoever is the task owner. So tasks creator is the recipient. Okay, we have configured the notification. Now let's go back to our app. So for this demo purpose, I will have two users. So one is the present user who is logged in here, and I'll have another tab here logged in as a different user. So I'll just click on this project created by the other user and the task here, and I will add a comment here. Comment, my first comment, something like that. My first comment. Let's click on the comment button. Okay, I have added comment. Now let's go back to the previous user, and you can see that the notification has arrived. But yeah, we have used a static content for the notification in the workflow. So anyway, it's working. So now let's go back to the workflow. Sorry, go back to the workflow here. Click on that. Now we have to send a notification with an input field. So for that, just go back to Engagespot console, templates, and create a new template. Add the in-app channel here, and you should select the form component on the right side here. Click on the form component with the input field. Then you should type the content and use some placeholders like this. So we have two placeholders here which we have to supply in the send notification trigger. So we have two placeholders, user and comment, and a button here. Okay, let's click save. We have the template ready, and just copy the identifier of this template. So instead of using the title, just use the template identifier. Okay, now let's go back and let's trigger another notification. So I'll add another comment, my second comment. Yep. So we can see that the template notification has arrived, but here we didn't supply the placeholder variables like user and comment. So that's why they are empty. So to fix that, let's go back to the workflow action. Okay, now we scroll down and you can see data attributes here. So here we have to supply the data attributes in the JSON format. So we need two variables that we are using the template, the user and the comment. So make sure you use a proper JSON format, otherwise it's gonna cause some errors. So user, so we actually need the user's name. So whoever is commenting, so that means the current user's first name. Okay, that's done. And the comment is so I think we get the comment from the step 1 comment. I think this works. All right, so let's go back again and add another comment and see if it's working. All right, third comment. Yep, notification has arrived. Yep, we can see the variables have been replaced with the actual variables. So that's working. Now what happens if we just reply to comment? Nothing happens because we haven't configured the event listeners. So now to configure the event listeners, let's go to our design and open the header component, click on bell icon. Right, so here you can see a section called blogs and their event listeners, events to listen. So here, this is again another JSON field. It's actually JSON array. So we will be configuring something like, so let's open the array, and then inside the array it's a object. So the object should be like the block ID. So which block ID in the template we want to listen. So to identify the block ID, just go back to our template editor, go to in-app. So this button called the reply button is the is the thing that we want to listen to. So if you go here, you can see this is the ID of the button. So just copy this button ID, just go back and just paste it here. All right, so what this does is this adds an event listener on that button, and we have another component there which is an input field, and we want to capture the value of that input field. So for that we need to use the get value key and copy the ID of this input field, which you can again see on the template editor page. Just copy that. We missed one field here. We have to specify the event as well, on which event this should get triggered. So the event is on click. All right, now let's go back to the workflow, again to the header, and whenever an event is triggered from the notification, you will get this event called notification. Actionable notification is interacted. So let's just add that. So what we have to do when the user clicks on the reply button, so we need to do two things. One is we need to get the comment from the notification. Then we need to identify which task this comment needs to be posted. And then the third thing, to actually save the comment using the bubbles data actions. And then maybe we need to send the notification to the other user that you have got a new comment. You've got a new reply to your comment, something like that. All right, so first thing to do here is to extract the value from the interacted notification. So for that, but wait, we in the send notification action, we didn't add the task ID to the notification data. So without that, how do we know like for which task is this comment being sent from the notification? So let's go back to index. Where was the trigger? Yeah, here's the trigger. Send guess what? Send notification. So we have only two data, the comment and the user. So here we need to make sure the task ID to which this comment notification is being sent, because we need the task ID when the user replies, right? So it's a parent group tasks unique ID. Okay, we'll use that unique ID to find the task and add the add the comment to that task. So this is done. Let's go back to our header. Yep, here. So first thing, we have to extract the task ID from the notification, but that's a JSON field, and Bubble doesn't have a native support for JSON data type. So we have to use another plugin called JSON read JSON and get value by key. So you just need to search and install this plugin. So after that, just go back here and use the plugin action like read JSON and get value by key. So what's the JSON that we want to read? So we want to read the JSON that means the notification. Yep, the notification inbox interacted notification JSON. So this is the JSON that we need to read, and the key name should be data dot, what was the key name that we used there? Task ID. All right, so the output of this step will be the task ID from the notification. So now we have the task ID. Now what we have to do is we have to create a new comment in Bubble and set the comment value to the comment value will be the one that the user typed in the notification. So that means, and guess what, in notification boxes input value. So the plugin will have the value in the state variable. We can directly use here. Create a comment. Now we have to add the comment to the task. So make change to the thing. we need to find the task because we have the task ID. So do a search for task based on the task's unique ID, which we will get from step one, result of step one. Oops, step one string. Yep. All right. Now we have the task first item because we did a search and we will find actually just exactly one instance. So we'll choose the first item here. All right. So what to change is comments add, and we have the comment, the created comment in the second step. Right. All right. So we have done everything. All right. So now let's go ahead and add a new comment. So my first comment, so I've deleted all the other comments so we can start fresh. All right, so we can see the notification here, and let's type a reply. So my reply to first comment, reply. Let's go back and we can see that the reply has been posted as a new comment to the same task. So that's working. The event listeners and the workflow that gets triggered when the user clicks on the reply button, both are working. So now let's do one thing. So when the user has clicked the reply button and when the comment has posted, we don't want the notification to stay like this. Instead, we should change the content of the notification to something like you have replied to a comment, something like that. So for that, there is a feature in Engagespot called notification states. So let's open the template that we have just created, enable state for the reply button, and if you scroll up, you can see that there is a new state which has been added to this notification. So just copy this second state. Let's click save. Okay, now copy this state 2. Now let's go back to the workflow where we perform the interaction when the user clicks on the reply button. So after adding the comment to the task, just click on just add the update notification state. All right, so we need the notification ID and the state. So state we just copied from the template, and also there is an option to delete the notification after performing the action. But for now, we just don't delete the notification. We'll just keep it there, but change the state. And for the notification IDs, this means the interactive notification, right? So it's a dynamic data, and then we have the inbox elements interactive notification ID. So we already have that, and we don't need another JSON parse to get the notification ID. It's already available as a state variable, so you can directly use that. So that's done. Now let's go back to our app, just refresh, and I'm going to add a new comment here, my second comment. Right, the notification has arrived. So reply to second comment. Yep, so you can see the notification has changed its state, and if you go back to the other user, you can see the reply has also been posted. So what happened was that after posting the reply, we changed the state of the notification. So there is the state has changed to something else. So the user has finished their action and they don't have to do anything after that. So yep, so that's how it's super easy to set up actionable notifications using Engagespot Bubble plugin. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you. Bye.